Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Assalamu alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. Welcome to another episode of my VLOGMADAN series. Basically, what I wanted to use to begin this episode was, just kind of like sort of my goals for Ramadan, because I feel like we should all try to set goals for Ramadan because that helps you keep yourself accountable. So I just like wrote down a couple of my goals and I'm going to share them with you. So my first goal is to try my best to at least learn and understand at least one surah per week, because it's not just about reading the Quran, it's also about me understanding what like that surah is all about and what it entails and why it was like revealed. So I want to at least have like per week sit down, understand, and say, okay, I understand this surah fully by the end of this week. My second goal is to try my best. I mean, I don't think I have like a foul mouth or anything, but I do find myself cursing unnecessarily, and it's not like terrible things, but still. And that's something that I want to cut out. And when you're fasting, you obviously can't curse, so I want to try my best to just take that, like take curse words out of my vocabulary, all because I just like, I think about it sometimes, like when I have kids, I don't want to curse around them because I don't want them to curse. So that's something that I want to try my best to obviously be doing while we're fasting, but also once Ramadan is over, that's something that I would want to take into like the rest of the year. My next goal is to dress more modestly, and I feel like this is something that I want to address only because people are very rude and judgmental, and I'm not here for it. Like, my relationship with God is so personal, and like what I do is not for anybody's like approval except for God. So when I have people kind of like judging me because throughout the year I don't wear hijab and then during Ramadan I do cover, it's kind of like, one, how is that your business? And two, how is you bashing me for doing it during Ramadan? Like, how is that helping you in your deen? You know what I'm saying? That's like behavior that you want to really discourage, because if you see somebody doing their best to do better, you should encourage it. You should support them, because it's like everybody's journey through this religion is different, and it comes easier to some people and it doesn't come that easy to some people, and that's just something that I feel like everybody has to be sensitive to. And I saw this tweet the other day. It wasn't a tweet. It was shared on the Muslim page, actually. I'm going to read it out to you and post it on the screen. And it reads, "You aren't a hypocrite when you suddenly become more religious during Ramadan. We all try to get closer to Allah. In this month, we even try harder. So don't call someone a hypocrite when they said he, but when he or she suddenly is more practicing during Ramadan. Maybe it's the start of coming closer to Allah." And like I haven't related to a post more like than ever before, because it's like I feel like the Islamic community can be very judgmental, and I feel like we shouldn't be that way. Everybody's relationship with God is different, and I think that's something that as Muslims, we should all obviously do things to guide each other towards the right direction, but ultimately it's nobody's business, and you kind of just, you have to go in a loving way about it, because if you're kind of like rude and just kind of nasty or judgmental, it leaves a bad taste in somebody's mouth. And I'm not saying like that's anything that will affect me to not continue to practice Islam, but for a convert, for example, or for a revert, if they were to just start practicing and they're taking it day by day, obviously it's like a huge drastic change for them, and then you have like a Muslim come and tell you, oh, you're doing this wrong, or oh now you want to do this, it's kind of like, this is supposed to be a peaceful religion, and it's supposed to be a religion of like just love, and that is just not the way to go, because when you do stuff like that, it just makes people feel like judged. It makes them discouraged, and those are the type of characteristics that can turn somebody away from the religion, and I feel like that's something that you just never want to do. But yeah, anyways, that's just my cute little spiel for the day. I hope everybody's having an amazing day, or has had an amazing day whenever you are watching this. Yes, also within this vlog, because this is my intro, but something has already happened during Sahur, I gave a story time about how somebody tried to break into our car, and alhamdulillah we caught them, because I don't know how many people they've done it to, because the police officer did end up saying that, you know, they've received a number of calls about people breaking into people's cars. But yeah, that's what I'm going to show in this next clip, the story time of that happening. And yeah, we'll just move into the rest of the vlog. Ramadan Mubarak to everybody. Yeah, I'm trying to adjust to this new vlogging schedule. Usually for Ramadan, you're kind of trying to figure out like your rhythm and everything. Sometimes you end up waking up late because you woke up so early. That's not really the vibe we're trying to be on, but like that's the vibe we've been on. But that's okay. I finished cleaning up my room, and now I'm about to go and cook iftar, and I think that's pretty much it. This is a very uneventful vlog, but it's okay because I'm going to be showing you guys how to make something, so that'll make up for how boring this is. Oh my god, Ashley came to visit me, so the vlog just got 10 times more interesting. And so she had makeup. She did makeup. She said, I'm going to see Bae, let me put on makeup.
Yup, coming to see Bae.
Put on makeup, period. Alright, so we're about to start making iftar, and we decided to have yam and eggs, and it's got these big old yams, like the Nigerian, the African yams. So I'm just gonna slice these, rinse them, and then put them inside the pot to boil. We're gonna slow cook it because we want it to be really soft and buttery and sweet. So that's what we're gonna do. And Amir is currently chopping up tomatoes and onions, and we're gonna be having, we're gonna put shrimp in the eggs as well. Yeah. So yeah. So now that we're done slicing it, we're going to peel the skin off and put it into the pot, rinse it, put it on the stove, put butter in it, put sugar in it, and some salt, and some cinnamon. So as the yam is boiling, we're gonna have it like on medium-high type of heat so it can really slow cook. I'm gonna put butter in it, and I'm gonna put some sugar, I'm gonna put some salt and cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg as well, honestly. And it just gives it like a different kind of taste, a different kind of flavor, and it tastes so good. You guys should try it out and let me know what you think. All right, we're about to make the eggs. We have some chopped onions, chopped tomatoes, and ginger, garlic, and what's it called? Scotch bonnet. So I'm just gonna pour that all in there. So typically, since we have people in the house that don't eat eggs or are allergic to eggs, I usually make like the sauce first for the eggs, and I make theirs separate. So yeah, I'm just gonna fry this and put corned beef in there for her and season it just really well, and then take hers separately. So I'm gonna let it fry a little bit. I'm gonna fry for a little bit. And what did you say? Yeah, that's my jacket. And then I'm gonna start adding all the seasonings to it, and then after that I'm gonna add the corned beef. Yeah, the corned beef to it. The kitchen is a little bit of a mess now after cooking, so after I rest a little bit I'm gonna come clean it up. But now I'm just gonna make some tea for myself. I have a little bit of a headache, and Bukar bought kankaliba, which is some sort of tea, well, some sort of herb really, back from Guinea, and it also has a lot of herbal benefits, so that's what I'm gonna be making now. This is just what it looks like. Anytime I start to feel a little bit sick, I just, you know, I try my best to drink tea with lemon and ginger or anything that I know it's healthy. Also because I'm just trying to be really cautious of the times that we're in. And like I would just hate a situation where I could have avoided something. And I didn't. I'll take my tea, go get some honey from downstairs. And just upload my vlog. And then get some homework done. And then go to bed, inshallah. Okay guys, so I'm coming to you at 3:27 a.m. and this is usually the time I'll be getting ready to eat, like, you know, cook suhoor and stuff. But the craziest thing just happened. I just have to tell you. Please excuse me in my bonnet. It's gonna be a little story time within the VLOGMADAN. So I'm in my room just like on my phone doing whatever I'm doing, eating my meat pie, and Mubarak is in the living room watching something on the TV. And Akmal comes downstairs to get a donut, and then he's walking back upstairs. And as you walk upstairs, like when you're walking up the stairs in our house, like you can see outside of the house through like the little clear window on the door. And he sees two guys at our cars. So like our driveway is packed with cars, and then we have like cars around, not around the neighborhood, but like in other parking spots in the neighborhood, basically. So somebody was at my mom's car, one of the guys was at my mom's car, and the other guy was at my brother's car. And Akmal was like, he thought that I had company over, so he was like, oh, like, you know, maybe somebody's coming out of their car. But then he just continues to look, and he's like, yo, somebody's like trying to break into the cars. So then he tries to go outside. Mind you, it's like 2:30 a.m. give or take. And also keep in mind that Akmal's only 15 years old. He just turned 15 like yesterday, okay? And so he calls my name. He's like, Aisha, like, you know, like one of those quick reaction type things. Like he doesn't know what to do. Like he obviously wants to stop them, but also he wants to be safe. So he's like calling my name, but also like trying to like go outside and stop them. And he's like, so as soon as he does that, these guys run and like they just disperse. But before they're able to really like get away, I'm already in the living room peeping through the window to see like what's going on, because he's like, two people are trying to break into the car. And me and Mubarak are like looking out the window, and we see them, so we kind of all get like a description of what they look like, and we're like, yo, that's really crazy. And I'm like, no, besides that being crazy, that's mad unsafe. So then Akmal tells me like they've been doing, like people have been doing this a lot often, and he shows me this website where it shows like people uploading videos of other people trying to break into their cars like in the middle of the night. So I was like, yeah, just because we were lucky today doesn't mean these people aren't going to come back. And even at that, we don't know how many other people that they've done this to or who they've stolen from at this point. So I go tell my mom, obviously, and then I'm like, should I call the cops? Because like that's my first reaction, like call the cops. But obviously I'm going to ask her, so I make sure I'm making the right decision. And then I asked her and she said yes. So we call the cops, and literally within minutes of like making the report, they're already like, the cops have already found them. And then they call us to see if we would identify them. So Akmal's back in his room at this point, and me and Mubarak are out, and I'm like, okay, well, they told me to come and like identify these guys, and I can't go by myself, and they're already outside. So I have Mubarak come with me in the car. So yeah, so the police officer just called me, basically letting me know that they wrote them a ticket. So he's coming to drop off like whatever information we need. And that's him outside. So I use tea bags when I make some of these masks as well, because it's tea. This one has green tea, ginger, and lemongrass. And this one has chamomile flowers, hibiscus flowers, spearmint leaves, rose petals, lemongrass, blackberry. Like it just has like a lot of stuff that I feel like will be good for your skin. And then taking some honey. I don't know why it's all bent like that, but taking some honey, and I'm just going to like open up this and tear it into the dish I have. And we get in we go outside. The cop comes out and he comes to meet us, and he's like asking for my name and asking for the description of the guys. And I gave him the description of the guys, and he was like, well, do you mind coming into the car? Like, the windows are tinted, they won't be able to see you, and like identifying them for us, because we think we found them, but we just need, like, you know, you to identify them. So we get into the car, me and Mubarak, and then he reads out, you know, our rights or whatever, and then he tells us to sign. So after he reads the rights, he asks us to sign and date, and then we go on our little drive, and they hadn't even gotten that far. Like, you could tell that they were running, okay? They were like, oh, we gotta get out of here, but they didn't get that far. So we get to where they're at, and like, as soon as I see them, I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like, that's them. Like, I'm like 92% sure that that's them. Because you also have to keep in mind, like, everything happened so quick. And it's like, as I saw them, they were running away. So I got a clear image of one, not a clear image, but a clear enough image of one of them. And the other one is just like, I just know that was just another body. So yeah, that's what happened. So I told him, like, we identified them, and they were like, yeah. So did they break into the car? And I was like, no, the doors were locked. And based off of that, he was just saying that, you know, if they actually broke into the car, they could have arrested them, but they're still gonna like keep their information and stuff like that, because if they did it to our cars, you know that they did it to other people's cars. And based off of that, you know, if they do receive calls in the morning, they kind of know who to look out for. And I'm just like, wow, like, that's crazy. I mean, I totally understand that during this pandemic, everybody's like, you know, worried. People have lost their jobs, and they're going to drastic measures to fend for themselves, or whatever the case is. But stealing is not the option. Don't be going to people's cars. Don't be trying to go up into people's houses, and none of that. Like, you put yourself at risk, and you put other people at risk, and it's just not worth it. You better file for unemployment and beg Trump to give you a check or something, because that's just not, like, you could end up going to jail. So don't do it. But yeah, that's basically what happened, and that's crazy. And now I'm up, so I have to go like prepare suhoor. So I'm not gonna bring you guys along for that, but I'll see you guys in the morning, okay? So right now I'm about to go do some homework and get some work done, because today is Sunday and I have so much work to do. I have a presentation tomorrow morning, and I just have a lot to do, so we're all just gonna get some work done out of the way. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm about to make some jollof rice, some grilled chicken, some grilled pepper chicken, and I'm also gonna make some plantains and some salad. So I'm just going to record that for you guys. I mean, let me know if you guys like the style of vlogging that I'm doing. Like, it's not an actual cooking tutorial, but if that's what you want, I don't mind. Just let me know, okay? Oh, and we're also going to be making some more beef patties, because the ones I made before, I didn't make everything I planned on making. I only made like 20 or so. Anyways, so we're going to be making some more today, but that's not like a pressing thing. It's more so like whenever I get the time in the midst of everything that I'm cooking. So this is what the chicken is looking like, and I'm just gonna go ahead and poke holes in the chicken. Good job! Oh my god, it looks pretty, even though this is definitely gonna burst open. Here's what the chicken looks like, and we're gonna dish it now. It looks so good.